Remember years ago when we thought that graphics in games were probably the best we were ever going to get? Well, it got better. Gaming these days is almost as real as true to life as a movie. The graphics are incredible, and all the other things you are able to do in game are game-changing. Today, we are discussing the modern technology that is impacting the gaming industry, so stay with us. First up, it's the HD graphics. Stay tuned. A game without good graphics these days is pretty much not worth playing. So much so that they can make or break a game's chance at success. Back in the 90s, when gaming first really took off, graphics were clunky, dull, and very, very basic, and people just accepted that this was probably the best we were going to get. Early graphics in gaming featured choppy animation and limited coloring. However, jump forward 2 or 3 decades, and with the evolution of technology, we have been presented with virtually true-to-life graphics. Graphics these days can be viewed in high definition and are so incredibly lifelike that sometimes it can be difficult to tell the difference between an online game and real life. For example, look at the newest FIFA game. It's so good that you sometimes have to do a double take to figure out if it's a real football game or not. For this, we have modern technology to thank. Next up, it's VR. Virtual reality offers a completely new level of engagement for gamers. It enables you to block out the whole world and immerse yourself in your own little simulated world. And it all stemmed from arcade-type games. But these days, you can play a VR game that actually allows you to feel as though you're in the game yourself, which has had a huge impact on modern gaming. The gameplay these days is so unbelievably unique that most gamers don't want to go back to normal gaming once they've experienced it. It offers you an opportunity to connect with the entire gaming experience as you have never done before, which also attracts new gamers. Of course, the technology is growing every day and is finding its way into more and more homes. The technology is now so good and much cheaper than it once was that gamers have the ability to own a VR console without having to go to an arcade, which is great for the industry. Have you guys experienced virtual reality gaming yet? Give us your thoughts below. We're talking AR now. Stick around. Augmented reality, AR, is slightly different from VR in the fact that it overspreads a computer-generated image on a gamer's view of the real world, which is incredibly cool. It combines your view of the real world with game visuals, offering the user something completely unique. Since it first appeared back in 1998, it has evolved to impact games in a huge way. When Pokemon Go dropped in 2016, the world went nuts, which was probably the most prominent example of AR in gaming to this date. It allowed users to interact in a way that they had never done before, but there were a few problems with it. Some users were capturing Pokemon on busy roads, people's private property, and even train lines, which was insane. However, AR was largely praised for its ability to bring both worlds together, and if manufacturers manage to add in more information and get the real-time problem sorted out, it will surely be one of the biggest developments in gaming in recent years. And AR, as well as VR, has also been praised for its engaging content, which is key to making sure gamers keep coming back for more. Gaming on the go is up next. Stay tuned. In the mid-2000s, gamers were treated to innovative tech when the PSP dropped. Of course, we'd had the handheld consoles before, such as the Game Boy, but the previous incarnations of these portable consoles were nothing like the PSP, which has since evolved again. It was a breakthrough for gaming, and central to the innovation was the tech that allowed it to function properly. And once smartphones were introduced to the world in the late 2000s, companies moved quickly to develop the devices to also carry games. Nowadays, most games are also available on smartphones, which has meant games are now more user-friendly, and also meant gaming is now much more flexible than in the early days of gaming. There is no need for wires or to plug in your device. As long as it has an internal connection and battery, you're good to go. Smartphones are now easily the most common device, and gaming on the go has completely changed the face of gaming. What is your favorite smartphone game? Let us know below. We're talking online payments now. Stay tuned. Back in the day, people were rightly worried about paying for things online, gamers included. But with the development of newer, more secure banking technology, gamers now feel far safer paying for things online, which allows gaming companies to focus more on in-game purchases. This is actually one of their biggest revenue generators these days, all thanks to the technology which has made being hacked much less likely. Also, with the increase in blockchain technology, gamers can now feel secure in the fact that their app store or in-game purchases are much more secure. Crypto wallets never ask for your personal information either, so if you deal in crypto, this is safer again. Are you a fan of crypto? Next up, up, it's cloud technology. Cloud technology allows users to free up space by storing their saves in the cloud, which in turn gives them access to many more games. There is no need for expensive equipment, nor is there a need to invest in consoles. You can play any game you choose without the need for a physical copy. There are plenty of cloud gaming companies these days, so you are able to pick the games you like the best without having to worry if you have enough space on your console to even play them. Do you use cloud technology in gaming? Give us your favorite company below. AI is coming through next. Stick around. Of course, AI is everywhere these days, and no more so than in the gaming industry. AI engages gamers and provides bigger and bigger challenges in-game, and it also allows designers to adjust the game's parameters on the go and decide how their characters might move. The tech can be used to govern players' behavior, and of course, it is considered by most people in the industry to be an absolute game changer. It can be used to create much more engaging and addictive gaming experiences, something which companies use as a fishhook when attracting gamers. When you have technology that responds to a gamer's movements, different from the way it might when monitoring another different movement, this is game-changing. Are you an AI advocate? Let us know below. Online gaming is up now. Of course, this one has been around for a while now, but when the tech was first developed, it was groundbreaking. It allowed players to play against their friends without them being in the same place. And of course, over time, it has gotten much better. You can now play in teams and against people on the other side of the world, something which was virtually impossible just a decade or so ago. The emergence of this technology opened up a whole new customer base, and gamers will look at how a game's online capability functions these days before they decide if they're going to part with their hard-earned cash. And finally, some surprising gaming news. Stay with us. Call of Duty, one of the most popular and successful gaming franchises of all time, has reportedly lost in excess of 50 million players from this time last year. Since 2021, the game's popularity has steadily waned, and now stands at just 100 million players per month. This is almost a third of their players. Of course, 100 million people is still quite a lot, but what it does mean for the company is that they have lost out on the revenue that 50 million in-game purchases might bring. The worrying decline is thought to be down to disappointing sales for Call of Duty Vanguard and lower engagement in Warzone. However, Warzone is free to play, so maybe the news isn't so surprising after all. The game has also been criticized as being boring, with in-game glitches, including balancing problems and a map that included game-breaking bugs. Of course, this is a common problem, but apparently it took weeks to fix, which for a globally popular game such as Call of Duty is crazy. The future of the franchise could rely on the Modern Warfare 2019 sequel, which is set to drop later this year. It is also thought that they are developing a Warzone sequel built from the ground up. Are you a fan of the Call of Duty franchise? Give us your thoughts below. As always, thanks for joining us today, and remember to stop by next time for some more fun reveals. Also, why not do us a solid by liking and sharing today's video with any gamers you know of? And if you don't want to miss out on our future great content, be sure to hit subscribe. Bye guys!